If you run an online business and you'd like to generate high-ticket sales for your business, then running webinar funnels or VSL funnels, which stands for Video Sales Letter, are some of the best ways to generate leads. However, there's been a new modification for a VSL funnel that's been running on the internet for the last, I would say, half a year that is blowing webinar and traditional VSL funnels out of the water. It's literally getting people 2 times as many sales, and the best part is that implementing this funnel is actually even easier. I would say 3 times as easy as implementing the more traditional VSL and webinar funnels. It actually takes only 3 steps to implement this funnel, but it still has its nuances that you absolutely have to nail. But if you do, you're going to generate much cheaper leads and at a much higher frequency. I'm talking about 2 times as cheap and 2 times as many leads, which can potentially quadruple your business if you follow the math. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you on my screen how these two, the old model and new model, are different. And then I'm going to show you a real life example of a funnel like that brings its creators literally millions of dollars, I think, per month. And I'm also going to show you how to nail each one of the 3 steps, which again, still have their nuances that you have to absolutely nail for the funnel to work. And if you're wondering who I am and how I know this stuff, my name is Nazim. I'm a marketing consultant. In the last 10 years, I made my clients over $40 million in sales, which is how I got the ClickFunnels to Next plaque. And I'm excited to show you this new method of generating leads. Let's dive in and I'll show you how to do it. All right, old model versus new model. Let's start talking about the old model first so you understand the key differences. The way it would work in the past is very simple. You'd, from an ad, send someone to a landing page. Then on the landing page, you would ask people to opt in to watch the webinar or the VSL that you have for them. After they would opt in, they would be sent to that VSL webinar page where you would make an offer to get on a sales call, and then you would then hopefully make a sale. Right? The problem with this funnel is that it's too drawn out, right? And what I mean by that is because there's multiple conversion points, you can lose traffic in quite a few places. The first place where you're going to lose traffic is here, because when you ask people to sign up for your webinar, you're going to lose 70 to 80% of your traffic, right? Because the way it normally works is on the landing page, you ask them to opt in, right? You ask for their phone numbers, email, maybe even phone number. So that's point number 1. Point number 2, where you might lose traffic, is here. Because in traditional webinar with DSL funnels, you essentially make them wait for people to watch like a certain portion of the video to to consume enough content to then make a call to action. And you're going to lose from, let's say, the 25% of people that remain. So let's say 25% of people remain here. You will lose another minimum 50%, and I mean minimum, right? Like realistically, even more than that. And here you already have only 12% of traffic left. And then people who will actually take the bait and sign up for your offer, from the people that are left, let's say that's 30%. And then that leaves you only with, let's say, around 3 to 4 people out of 100 who will actually hop on a sales call, and then even fewer people will buy, which, means you'll get 0.5 or 1 sale from 100 people that went and visited your landing page from your app. Again, the biggest problem is it's too drawn out. You'll leave out on too much traffic. The new model is this. It looks like following. It's actually kind of ridiculous how short it is, but it works. You send people from an ad to a landing page with already a video on it. From the video landing page, you send people to a call and then a sale. It's that simple. It looks kind of crazy, but I'll show you how it works and why it makes sense and in what cases it makes sense. But again, just to compare the two, like how different they are, you will see how many steps we're actually skipping. So first of all, we don't make them opt in. There's no need to opt in. And then there's no even real reason to wait until a certain minute, or like minute 20 or minute 15, to be able to see a call to action. They see it immediately. And the best example at this moment that I've seen that works in the space, like a creator space, is Cole Gordon. Actually, I was inspired, you could say, for the system from their ads. And you got to give props where it's due. And essentially, the way it works is, again, there's a video ad, right? Then it's a nice video ad, and it talks about the offer. and the video ads are usually 1 to 3 minutes long, and then it goes to a page with a VSL on it, right? Which goes on for only, the VSL goes for 10 minutes, and there's already a way for people to schedule a call. There's no need to wait. All they have to do is click schedule a demo and fill out the survey, book a call, and that's it. You're pretty much done, right? And if we follow this logic, we remain 100% of the traffic from the ad to the landing page. And then, I don't know, depending on your VSL, maybe 15% of people actually convert and book a call. And already you see that there's a crazy difference between like 3 to 4% here and 15% here, right? It's basically 5 times as many leads. Obviously, people will be slightly less qualified because the fact that people wait in this funnel shows commitment, and here people won't. But then again, if your VSL is like really good and it's short and it prompts people to watch it, because some people will actually leave VSL that's too drawn out or hidden, or buttons are hidden, or there's no like timeline that shows the minutes. Some serious buyers will leave. But here, if you can show that it's 10 minutes and it's straight to the point, and it's a good, valuable VSL that shows them the offer and how you can help, the people who would have left here at this stage, the people who would have left here, right, at this point, will actually stay and watch the video and then book a call. Now, obviously, it's not as simple as taking any offer and throwing into this new model, right? This new model is not going to work with everything. And I would say the best place when this new model works is in very easy, let's say B2B is an option, easy offers, B2B options, or I would say ROI-based offer where you really know, where you're very confident about delivery, right? So if you look at Cole's ads, he basically says that they're going to help you to launch a new funnel in pretty much 7 days, and they're going to help you to automate the entire thing. And then it's called a short form funnel. And what they say in the VSL is that, again, hey, if you're running a med spa or a clinic, and they specifically call out for that audience, they're going to help the med spas and clinics embed the system, right? And he specifically shows like how the system works. And as you can see, he even talks about the offer in such depth that he talks about timelines, right? Now, again, this thing works because just imagine the quality of leads that people will apply for this. It'll be very high because he's calling for med spa owners, right, which most likely have the money. They're real business owners, and then also they show the entire process, and it's very business centric and business minded, which means people who will apply also have this business centric, business minded mindset and thinking. And for example, if we flip the script and say that this VSL is not for med spas and offering business consulting, but it's for, let's say, whatever, like dating advice, it's not going to work so well, right? Because it's dating or like emotional coaching or life coaching or other let's say intellectual, like more intellectual and like verbal services, if that makes sense. They offer a lot more education, and they're as straightforward in the way they're pitched, right? And there's a lot more emotion involved in the selling, which is why I think this new model works really well for straightforward B2B ROI-based offers, right? Again, so if you run a coaching where you coach people for business models or very revenue oriented outcomes, if you're in B2B, if you're a consulting agency or anything like that, I highly recommend this new model. Now, obviously, this new model is also not perfect, right? There's a couple of things, a couple of nuances you have to keep in mind. First of all, the video ad needs to be on point, because basically the way this model works is that you get a lot of the context, initial context, actually in the video ad, right? This video ad is kind of weak. I would say it's only a minute long, but some of them are very long. As you can see, it's 4 minutes long, right? So the video ad needs to be, I would say, 2 to 5 minutes long, and it really needs to take people on the journey. And the specific script or the setup for the video ad, and let me actually add here, I didn't add it, but it needs to be a video ad. Like, I can't see how you can run this with an image ad. I don't think it's going to be very effective. And this is also, I don't see how you can run this without actually showing face as a domain expert, right? So you have to show the face. So show the face, and then of an expert, and then the video ad needs to be 2 to 5 minutes long. The script for the video ad is actually not that difficult. It's quite simple. Number one, you have to call out an audience, right? Hey, if you run med spas, or calling for all accounting firms. Then you have to call out a pain. Let me write it differently. Call out a pain point. Do you struggle with XYZ? Or you actually position an opportunity. I think positioning an opportunity is even better, as you have probably seen from Cole's ads. Then you talk about your offer and essentially how you can help them fulfill on that opportunity, right? And then number 3 is optional. You can ask a risk mitigator. You can add a risk mitigator. And what that means is, in one of the ads I've seen, this is optional, is in the video ad itself, it says that we'll either deliver the service for you in 30 days or you don't pay, in the video ad itself, right? And then there's a call to action. There's one more optional point here that you can add, like, plus you can also talk about like common mistakes. So this is what it sound like, right? Mistakes, right? So you would say, hey, do you run a med spa? If you do, well, and you struggle to get in new customers to the doors, you're not the only one. In fact, most med spas struggle with this, and it's because the way they do their marketing. They use outdated marketing means and channels, such as billboard marketing, Well, we have revolutionized our marketing with our services, and we've helped many med spas to get 2 times as many customers to their doors by utilizing digital marketing. And the way it works is, we're going to build you a digital marketing system that attracts, qualifies people on the front end. You talk about your offer, and you also talk about results. There's one more thing that I have to add here. You talk about results. Actually, extremely important. I don't even know how the hell I missed out on this. Results is extremely important in these types of offers. B2B, straightforward, ROI based. You can ask a risk mitigator, and you say, hey, if you don't like this funnel, this is optional. If it doesn't generate you 10 new clients after we deployed for you, all money back, and then call to action. So point number 1 is the video and ad needs to be good. Point number 2 is the landing page where you add the VSL needs to be damn good. The VSL needs to actually be damn good, right? The VSL is essentially a drawn out version, a fleshed out version of the video ad. It's as simple as that. And I've actually created a YouTube video on my channel about the perfect VSL script too, so check that out. I'll make sure to attach it at the end of this video. But the VSL script is also, kind of similar. You call out people by either a pain point or opportunity. Then you talk about, then you give them like a quick case study and say, let's say 1 or 2 quick case studies. If you're a med spa owner and you struggle to get in clients, keep watching this video, because in the next 10 minutes, I'll show you how our client, Aaron, has literally quadrupled his revenue with us in only like 3 months of working with us. Then you talk about what industry gets wrong, industry mistakes. You talk about your solution and what you got right and how you fixed it. You talk about case studies, and you give them at least, I would say, 3 minutes worth of case studies so that it looks convincing, and then you make a call to action. The VSL, the whole thing should not be longer than, I would say, 15 minutes, right? It should not be longer than 15 minutes. So let's say like so, right? And you can even, what you will notice, what Cole does in this video is he's actually sped up the VSL video, so you can actually run it on 110% speed, so add like 10% to your speech, make sure it doesn't compromise the audio quality, and it's still going to be fine because people understand you. And again, because in such offers, emotional connection is not as important. What's important is the result, right? Let me actually add one more point here, is result oriented. I think actually result oriented and ROI oriented are two things that really put these that really make this new model a great fit for your business. Yeah. So the VSL needs to be result oriented, and people don't care about the emotionalism so much. They care about objective results, right? And that's basically it, right? So you get to skip all this drawn out process that really only gives you 3% of leads here, and you can get as many as 15% leads if you follow this new model, which is a lot simpler. You don't have to buy webinar softwares, webinar tools. All you have to do is have a simple, pretty ugly landing page. You can add some flair to it, but you don't have to. And record a video, right? That basically keeps it down to the main point, and prompts people to book a call for an honest sales conversation, that and like exploration if the service or what you offer, the product you offer, can help them with their business, right? So that's really it. This is the new model. If you want me to implement it for you or help you implement it, go to nazimconsulting.com, which is my website, and click on book free audit, book a time. I'll have a more in-depth look into your business and consult you on what's going to be the best video ad, what's going to be the best VSL, and the best hook you should use in the VSL, and how you can rock the sales calls for the leads from this funnel. And besides that, give me a thumbs up, like my video, subscribe to my channel for more videos on marketing and sales, and help you with lead gen and sales. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.